My name's Christina, and I'm a travel consultant for As You Wish Vacations. While I book many vacation destinations, I specialize in the Disney products. If you want to learn a little bit more about what I do and what the benefits you would get booking a vacation with me, check out my video, Using a Travel Agent. While I love all the Disney destinations, this video series focuses on Walt Disney World specifically. Last month, I focused on the steps to planning a Walt Disney World vacation, as well as deciding when to go. March is going to focus on what you want to do when you get there. It may seem like I'm skipping a step. We haven't talked about where you want to stay yet. Before you can do that, I highly recommend doing a little research so that we can better determine where the best place for you to stay will be. This week, we're going to talk about how long you should stay. If you've been following the series, I'm sure you're going to see a trend here. The right amount of time completely depends on you and your travel party. Most websites will give you a blanket recommendation of 5 to 7 days, but this might not be the right amount of time for you. This is why using an agent is so important. Once I get to know about your travel party and your must-dos, I can recommend that appropriate amount of time for you. How long you should stay at Walt Disney World depends largely upon the type of trip it is. If you're not much of a Disney fan but are taking your kids on a once-in-a-lifetime rite of passage trip, how long you should stay is dramatically different than how long a Disney fan who goes over and over again would stay. The other consideration for planning trips to Walt Disney World might be how much time you want to spend doing other things. You might want to do one of the other Orlando area theme parks, like Universal Studios Florida, including the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Or SeaWorld, Busch Gardens might be places you want to visit as well. Or maybe you want to visit the beach, or local outlet malls, or swim with manatees, or go to Cape Canaveral. There's so much to do in Central Florida, and I'll talk a little bit more about these and other attractions in the area in an upcoming video. There's also other stuff at Walt Disney World besides the theme parks to consider when planning. This other stuff on property consists of Disney Springs and Entertainment District, golf, restaurants, water parks, and so much more. If these interest you, you might want to consider some extra time for these activities. We'll talk more about tickets next week, but it's important to understand that the longer the duration of your park tickets, the less they cost per day. Single-day Walt Disney World tickets are quite pricey, and they follow a tiering structure. They're up to $120 per day for a peak day ticket, which is usually weekends during the summer and holidays. But multi-day tickets are much cheaper per day, and the cost of adding additional days substantially decreases with each day. Here are the several factors I think you should consider when planning the duration of your trip. The amount of time that you are available for travel. Maybe you only get a certain amount of time off, or you have a schedule that allows only for a specific number of days. Great! That made this decision easy, and I can help you work on a perfect park plan for making the most out of your days. The other thing to consider is budget allocation. You can see that an additional day in the parks may only be a few dollars difference, but maybe your budget dictates that you can only afford to stay a certain amount of time. We will talk about choosing a resort next month, but sometimes you'll find that 2 or even 3 nights in a Disney Valley resort costs less than 1 night in a deluxe resort. We can talk about if you're willing to stretch your budget into a longer trip by compromising on accommodation amenities and location. If your time of year of your visit is restricted to one of the busier times, even with a good plan, the larger crowds, the longer it takes to accomplish what you want to at Walt Disney World. Decide if crowd levels create a need for you to stay longer. We also talked about special events. Check the calendar to see if there are special events that may influence the length of your stay. For example, if you stay 1 extra night, you might have the opportunity to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Or because you're traveling during Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, you might want an extra day at the park. You also want to consider the age and stamina of the members in your travel party. Does your party include babies or toddlers who have a limited capacity to spend in such an overwhelming environment? Or maybe seniors who want to take things at a slower pace and want to extend the trip with rest days? One of the other things you want to consider is your frequency of travel to Walt Disney World. I often make 2 to 3 trips a year, So with such frequent visits, I know that if I don't go on a favorite ride this time, I'll have a chance to go again soon, which means that short trips are often fine with me. However, if this is a once in a lifetime, or even once in a several years type of visit, adding a few days to accomplish more might make sense. You'll also want to make a list of your must-do attractions for your family. If your travel party is all similar ages, there might be a large overlap in park touring interests. Maybe this is a first trip for just you and your toddler or preschooler and you want to focus on what they're interested in, keeping the list of must-do attractions quite small. However, if you're a multi-generational trip, or you have a large age range, or both boys and girls in your family, your list of key attractions might be longer. If both the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and Expedition Everest must be accomplished, then you need a longer vacation to get everyone what he or she needs. The distance from which you're traveling also makes a huge difference. Most folks like to spend more of their precious vacation time actually enjoying it rather than traveling to and from their destination. Does your lengthy drive take a few days of your allotted vacationing time, minimizing your time in the parks? Or are you coming to Florida from Europe, where you might want to consider taking a longer visit? You also want to consider your interest in non-theme park activities. Walt Disney World is a huge place. In addition to the 4 major theme parks, there are also dozens of non-park activities. Spas, mini golf, water parks, water skiing, parasailing, fishing, shopping, exploring the resorts, dining, dancing, shows, a tethered balloon ride, tennis, horseback riding, behind-the-scenes tours, bike rentals, and on and on and on. If you want to experience these types of amenities, you'll need a longer trip. Interest in time for relaxation also is a huge consideration. A Disney World vacation has the potential to be both fun and exhausting. Many folks walk 5, 6, or more miles per day just visiting the park attractions. Consider your family's need for unplanned downtime on vacation. If you'd like to take a mid-trip day to lounge at the pool, factor that into your length of stay. You also want to gauge interest in visiting other Central Florida attractions. While I'm a Disney girl at heart, you may have a Harry Potter fanatic in your group. On your Disney vacations, you might want to plan side trips to Universal Studios, Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Your family might also be interested in SeaWorld, Orlando's outlet shopping, the new Legoland near Tampa, Kennedy Space Center, a beach visit, or any number of non-Disney attractions. One other thing I want to mention is think about, do you need time at home on either end of your trip to pack or unpack? When I return from a vacation, I like to come home to a spotless house. So for me, it's important to take a day or two off before my vacation to pack and clean, so I'm less stressed when I return. For you, you might want to add a day on the end to unpack your suitcases, do laundry, and catch up on errands like grocery shopping. Both options may impact how long you'll be able to be at Walt Disney World. So you can see that a blanket recommendation could be completely wrong for you, depending on the profile of guest. Try to disregard the multitude of self-proclaimed experts on the internet and work with an agent to create a travel plan that's right for your specific needs. If you'd like to book your vacation with me, send me an email at christina@aywvacations.com. Join me next week as we debunk the mystery of theme park tickets. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media at aywchristina for more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I hope all your vacations are exactly as you wish.